It's one of the truly international cities of the world, and I'm here for 3 days to visit one of my best friends. Welcome to Hong Kong. So I'm now in Hong Kong. I landed at midnight last night, got to my hotel around about 2 a.m. and crashed. So this is going to be my first full day of exploring. So I'm staying on the main island, Hong Kong Island, which is just behind me at the Ramada Hotel. Great view, would definitely recommend. And now we've come over to the mainland and now we're going to start exploring properly. So we just got the ferry over from the main island. It's only about the equivalent of 30p. Best 30p I've ever spent because the views from the ferry are great. And now the first place we're going to go is the 10,000 Buddha Monastery, which is a good few metro stations away. But I'm here with my good friend Richard. Say hi, Richard. So me and Richard were at uni together, and Richard now lives in China, in Zhuhai, just over the border. And I've been promising that I will come visit him for months and months, and I couldn't put it off any longer. And now here I am. So, time to start exploring. So this is the first tourist attraction that I've come to in Hong Kong. This is the 10,000 Buddha Monastery. And even though it's called a monastery, that name is actually a misnomer because there are no monks that live in this, well, monastery. So it's actually more like a temple, and it's managed by the lay people of the area. So the area that I'm in Hong Kong now is called Sha Tin, and I've got to show you this view now. Like, this view just behind me is amazing. So we've walked all the way from the bottom of where the train station is to the top of this monastery, and all along the way are hundreds of and thousands of golden Buddhas, and the walk is just extraordinary, walking past all these intricate Buddhas all in different poses. It's crazy, and I'm so happy that this is the first place that I visited. So just walking away from the monastery now, going back to the station, but one thing we discovered, which is an added bonus to the area, is that there are so many monkeys around these mountains. Like, just as we were leaving for the exit, we saw a mother and her holding her baby climbing up the temple, which was great. And then as we're walking back down the steps now, we found like a load of monkeys just like grooming each other, and little babies just climbing around the fences. It was so like, oh, I was so lucky to see them, and what a bonus to this place. So this is one place I wanted to come to purely for narcissistic reasons. So this is the Yik Chong building, otherwise known as the Monster Building. Now this is an apartment complex made of 5 separate buildings, and this has been used in numerous movies, music videos, and every time I've seen this place, I've been like, wow, I want to go there, and it has really lived up to its expectation. It has this je ne sais quoi. I can't explain it, but I'm in love with this place, and it is something. It's on Hong Kong Island itself, so it's very easy to get to if you're staying on the island. So this is how I'm ending my first day in Hong Kong, just at the top of Victoria Peak, and how else could I end it? This has been a perfect start to this holiday, and what better way to end it with the perfect view. I have seen so many pictures of this view. This is, when you think Hong Kong view, this is what you think of. And oh, it's everything I could ever dreamed of. I'm so grateful to be here. Oh, perfect. Okay, so day 2 in Hong Kong, and today I only have time for one day trip, but what a day trip it is. Today I'm at the Tian Tan Buddha, which is just behind me, right here, this big guy right here. So this is a bronze statue of Buddha. It's very new actually, it was only finished in the 90s, so there's no actual historical value to it, but it's very important for Buddhists in this part of the area. There's a monastery right below me, if you can see this orange building right here. So monks actually live in this area and do upkeep for the Buddha. But the view of this place is amazing. The mountains behind me, I feel like I'm practically an avatar, practically. So to get here, you need to, from Hong Kong, you go to a place called Tung Chung, which is right at the end of the yellow line, and from here you can get a cable car that takes you all the top of the mountains of Hong Kong, and the views are bloody fantastic. I've never been that high in a cable car in my life. I'm usually not scared of heights, but I did feel a bit uneasy how high that we went, but my god, the views I'll keep with me till the day I die, because it was just stunning. But okay, so to get to the cable car, just get to the Tung Chung, but the cable car line, we stayed in line for 2 hours, so if you're coming here, keep in mind you might be waiting a good few hours just to get the cable car to come to this place, but it is stunning. So today is my last day in Hong Kong. I've checked out of my hotel and now I have about 7 to 8 hours in the city before I need to head to the airport to get my flight. I'm catching the very last flight of the day to London at 11:45 p.m. so I've got the whole day ahead of me. So I have a lot of time to kill. So what I'm going to do is, I've gotten one of these. So this is a one-day tourist pass for the metro. It only costs 65 Hong Kong dollars, which is about £6 UK pounds. And with that, I'm just going to explore some temples that I've been told I have to visit if I'm in the city. So yeah, it's going to be a day of temple exploring and then it's off to the airport. And that's that. That's 3 days in Hong Kong and everything I was able to fit into it. I have had a great time here. This is a city that I've instantly fallen in love with, and things like the views from Victoria Peak and the Buddha are gonna stay with me for the rest of my life. I cannot emphasize enough how much I've loved this city, and I really don't want to go back home. But yeah, I've loved it here. And I've come during the height of the protests in November 2019, but there hasn't been any trouble at all. Like, it's not what this, you can see the protests and the aftermath of them, but it's nothing that I didn't see last year in Barcelona with all the Catalonia protests and the street graffiti all around there. So if you have no problem going to Barcelona right now, then you should have no problem coming to Hong Kong. This is still an amazing city that has so much to offer tourists. Like, it has not lost one bit of its appeal. I love this city and I can't wait to come back. So in the meantime, thank you for watching, and power to the people of Hong Kong.